Peace, peace. Get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn ready. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Let this window up. Yo, yo. Let me get it. I want that sun to beam in on him. The sun is here. The sun is here to illuminate you dummies who thought you could keep the faith. No, let me stop. Give honor to source. Give honor to the ancestors known and unknown. Give honor to you. Clap it up. Woo. Clap it up. Clap it up. The exposure is at an all-time high. Sips tea. Or maybe wine. Get your wine, get your beverage, get your popcorn. This is going to be good, girl. Okay, are y'all ready? Exposure. See, there's this thing that I heard someone say, like, first and foremost, y'all see them. The magical glasses. As a great elder would say, I like that light, it's beaming, but see if I scoot up. As a great elder would say, that feels so good. Just that little bit of sun. As a great elder would say, before I get to the magical glass, this is what's happening. Imagine this darkness around me because, one and the same. But it's like this right here. The illumination is happening. The exposure at hand. Let me say this. Bravo to the powers that used to be. Bravo. Man. All I'm going to say, 2 key words is that initiation, activation. 3, exposure. A plant needs to be exposed to the sun to grow. I ain't say all, but certain plants needs the exposure to sun to grow. Man, to glow. The clarity, the stuff that I've been uploading and receiving. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Let's talk about this. Well, one topic I'm going to speak about is this energy harvesting thing. And Spirit tell me, like, let's be very clear on some of you that think that you're going to come here, because I'm going to go ahead and set that block. What is it called? A blockade? What is that thing called? Well, I know within that I'm so divinely guided and protected. It's more so like, before any of you think that you're going to come here and to this platform or whatever, just know you're going to be met with something that you've never seen before, and something that you're not even prepared to even face in a way. And that's both from light and dark aspect. So before you come here and thinking, you first and foremost, your shit going to be transmuted. It's going to be alchemized to something greater for the higher good. So make your preparations. But as a wise man once said, that you can plan a pretty picnic, you can plan whatever, but you cannot predict the weather. Give an honor to, shout out to Oya. So you better know who you're playing with. Because see, some of us are at a place we know who's watching, but we also know what's watching them. Exposure is at an all-time high. They don't fuck around this lifetime and get, I'm so funny. I love you. I love every aspect of me. They don't fuck around and let the boy get a singing bell. So let me activate y'all a little bit. Oh. Well, y'all better pick. Well, it's a singing bowl, but y'all better shout out to Rite Aid. RITE. Sounds like a ritual to me. RITE. You see the bowl on Rite Aid, how they got that thing? This remind me, you know, that little mixing thing, medicine. Sounds like a little sorcery to me. Anywho, so there's some topics that I shared on in my community center about the exposure coming to like the hospitals, the militaries, these corporations, which have all been like, it's like an infection in a way, or a virus. And when you need to clean something in your database, you know, the motherboard or the mothership or whatever it is, then that virus has to be, you know, it has to be cleaned out. So that being said, rest in power to all those that came before us. Those that didn't want to see us prosper, those ancestors. Okay. But to those that wanted to see us also ascend to higher awareness, to bring forth, to restore balance and peace. In the words of Dick Gregory, what's dangerous is when the universe give you the glasses. I feel like I change this every time, but I'm getting better, y'all. What's dangerous when the universe give you the glasses, the magical glasses. The magical glasses. He said, you can't take them all. You can only see things for what they are, not for what they could be. And y'all can look this up in the better sense, but I'm saying the best way. You can't take them all. You got to see things for what they could be. You can't convince people to see what you see. You know. And, you know, that's the thing that a lot of us are coming into that awareness of this awakening, is that you can't take them all. The spiritual aspect of what you see, you seen what you see. See, it's an acceptance to that. Yes, you seen what you seen. Yes, you saw them in astral plane, spiritual realm, fucking around, doing all that. Yes, you saw it. Yeah, you saw who was doing what, all in the spirit. Yes, you saw it. You saw it. Yes, you did. You saw it. You saw it. It's been made very clear to you. For you seers, for you, you know, root workers, practitioners, whatever you priestess, whatever you want to call yourself. Yeah, you saw the ones who operated in the dark, you know, because we're gonna respect it both. You saw the ones who operated there, and you saw the ones again that operated in your lineage, who wanted to keep people in the dark. But you, because you know, you are also those things. Let's not forget that. You know, outside of the titles, you are still those things, because how can you recognize it for what it is? Let's recognize it for what it is and see it for what it is. Magical glasses. You were given a vision from the divine, from source, to see that. Because at a point there was a confusion or manipulation in your reality to where you was naive at a certain place. And that's what I'm gonna dive into, of the exposure going from the higher aspects of these corporations all the way down, trickling down. It's like a domino effect, all the way down to the roots. It's like a tree. And, you know, all the way down to the roots. I think they call it root worker for no reason. Come on now. All the way down to the roots. Where are the roots? In the darkness. Where do people like to do stuff? In the dark. But in the dark, how do you see stuff? In the light. So, again, oh my gosh, I came across this video. Before I went to rest, and this sister, I shared it on my community, and I shared. Okay, hold on. Before I get to that, the topics about the exposure, the exposure in regards to these corporations that are all connected in some type of way, whether the banking systems, whether the NFL, NBA, All these things dealing with like basically whatever comes to mind when I say this is more so like how the also them keeping the loop of the dysfunction, which is again how the veil has been lifted. You're seeing the darkest of the darkest and the lightest of the lightest. It's like a polarity, and you know, it's like the things that were brushed up on the rug are now being revealed. So that being said, pay attention to certain people that's coming up in your visions right now, or what's being revealed to you by the divine, because it can no longer be hidden. That's why things are being unveiled. And what I mean by when I'm talking about certain things are being exposed, yes, this goes from the celebrities to the NBA, whether wherever they are, singers, what else, Spirit? These certain corporations, because again, on a spiritual aspect of this, because a lot of you, again, are these people who can see. You have that gift. Imagine like going through a tunnel. I'm gonna give you this analogy of like what your lineage or what has been happening. It's like going from a dark age to a golden age, or the age of like the sun revealing what has been hitting for so long, you know, because the moon also has its purpose, its secrets. So in these secrets of how like the darkness, you know, through the cycles, you talk about many cycles of things that have been hidden, operating under the moon, or, you know, things that have been, you know, hidden for so long, to where the sun, again, all of us represent that aspect, the masculine aspect of the sun being an energy to where it illuminates. So they're one and the same. So nothing can be hidden. So it's restoring that which was imbalanced. So to restore balance within us, to make us, you know, the wholeness, the yin and yang aspect. So the exposure of these certain groups, orders, whatever it is you want to call it, because a lot of us, again, let me make this very fucking clear. A lot of us, because people like, I don't care about it. It's not so much of people. A lot of us are here at different levels of awareness, meaning consciously. A lot of us are coming in a lot of awareness. This goes back to the initiation and activation. When you are spiritually attacked, those of you that are aware of this, and it's not about convincing your family nothing, or these people anything. They're going to see what they're going to see, and some of them know who you are and what's being revealed to you. And also certain things is that there's a theme in the air right now, and it's connected to like now Scorpio season, but now that water aspect now coming to the fire aspect, it's like the fire is represented by like transformation, phoenix energy, a lot to do with like seeing from the eyes of the divine, the creator, or, you know, source. So due to the secret aspect, because, you know, Scorpio energy is like Pluto energy connected to like, you know, things that are dark, and occult in a way, because a lot of people misconceive certain words and not realize like a lot of things having to do with the water element. Water connects to Big Mama, which you're talking about the primordial aspect, the emotional aspect, the emotional realm, things that are, again, that everyone, when I'm speaking, sometimes like when I'm saying something, it may lead you into activation. We're all here to do that, to activate each other in some type of way. Your relationships, karmic, whether karmic, dharmic, whatever it is, are aspects of aiding you into your ascension, your elevation. People that don't get that, they're still helping you into guiding you into the awareness of self-awareness. Whether they're aware or not, it's still a part of the all, the bigger picture. So that being said, because I just feel like I'm flowing right now. That being said, the exposure of this energy harvesting, or harvesting, my partner and I was just speaking about, I was like, yo, I was just getting so much clarity because this video, going back to this video, before I was resting, this sister came across this video, was talking about how letting go of certain items. Letting go of certain items that uh, because everything is energy, so everything holds energy. So letting go of certain items that people have given you, whether you're in a relationship with them that no longer serves you, whether it's karmically or you knew that it expired. See, this goes back to the old narrative of the old world of how we were taught so much externally to hold on to things through our own emotional woundings, through our own emotional attachment to the idea of, you know, possessing these things in a way to where we don't even realize it was keeping us stagnant. It was keeping us in a lower state to not ascend or to evolve beyond the fact of, in the word it tells you we're not supposed to hoard things on, you know, in this earthly plane or on earth, none of which you can take with you. There's no U-Haul behind the hearse. So again, even in that, it's not to say that not to cherish certain things or to honor and respect that, but when I look at how, you know, the ancestors before, certain people, they will use what they have, you know, being like a minimalist, being how you say that word, minimalism, I guess you could say, like just, you know, using certain things they know that they were going to use. So when I look at how people have used a lot of things, or due to their attachment, through their own woundings, through probably from their childhood traumas and memories, they've held on to things because of their attachment to it. And a lot of that reflects back to an inner wounding. So again, getting back to the exposure of how that's connected to energy harvesting, or connecting to like vampirism in a way, like energy vampire, or just certain things that want to keep people, your lineage, ancestrally, whatever, in this loop of not letting go. That's been a huge theme, because energetically, in a spiritual aspect, what do you have? What can you, like, basically hold on to? You can't even hold on to your tears. You can hold on to this body if you wanted to. You can hold on to your kids if you wanted to. Everything in life is seasonal. Everything is always changing. We recently went to visited the cave, this basically an ancestral site, and I'm gonna dive more into deep and show you how all of this shit is like so connected and it's amazing, but also see the dark aspect as well as the light. So as visiting this place where ancestors used to stay, you know, these caves and certain things, there was always a theme that was revealed to me, how they would live in certain places, whether mountains, what they call mounds, or live in certain places where they, like ants, whether underground in a way, or on top, or in the higher peaks, to where if a natural disaster comes, they have very minimal or limited things that's just where they can just easily move and shift without holding on. So with that, you know, you going and traveling through these places, and in these places we're walking, you still, what is always there? Water. So walking through these places, no matter where we were, whether water was coming down or where water is below. So as we're going through here, I was expressing to my partner, I said, that's one thing that, again, the origins of a lot of things that we don't realize that holds memory as well. When you talk about items or possessions, is water is also one of those things. Our bodies are made up of, you know, elemental things, or things that are like water. So you're talking about, again, being birthed in the waters of your mother. Your emotions that you develop came from your mother. You're talking about water being so significant to where the things that your mother held on to, while not only were you in the womb, but she taught you these things after. So you're talking about pent up emotions, repressed, suppressed, whatever she experienced, so forth. So that right there taught you how to hold on naturally, because if she never expressed it, or she never felt safe, These things, again, you inherited, you possess or learn what it is to hold on before you're being into this world or coming into this world. So, and that's in a spiritual sense, how we all have been affected by this in some type of way. So those habits which we want to ignore, we unconsciously have developed that because it's been programmed in our subconscious to develop these habits. So you're also talking about the energy harvesting aspect of what they experience. So let's get on this topic of what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna go from my experience for one. I used to, the sister on the video was talking about how certain, going back to items, the items of how, those of you that know that have grew up in certain environments where, outside of the church aspect, you're talking about being in environments where you hear about root workers, practitioners, psychic mediums, whatever it is. And you used to think like, oh my God, it's like, what? This ain't even real. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? That's not, what do you mean? So a lot of the insight that I've been getting, a lot of clarity is due to the fact of how either it was revealed to me, so it was you, and you know this because again, the place of people have been in so long to where now they're breaking free. A lot of you broken free from the church environments. A lot of you, and some of these people are in those areas. I mean, in those places. That's why you see a lot of the thing now being broadcast about how people have connected Christianity to how they use the Bible or use certain texts for I believe it's hoodoo or a certain religious aspect, how certain women in the churches use those things. Certain men and women use those things to more so keep people binded, or so use these things to keep people in not to really break free or go beyond where they were, keep them in a place of stagnation, or keep this smoke or haze in front of them, not, never really seeing past like the clouds. Think about that. Never really seen past their circumstances, the storm that's present. So with this, and that's why you see the exposure of this and how a lot of this has been going on and still presently, but now it's being exposed. So for one, let's talk about, again, how a lot of these things has naturally been predominantly, if you know about the South or knowing about these areas, this stuff is natural. I mean, myself learning even about Gullah Geechee people that were in these areas like what they call North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, all these areas, and learning about people that were indigenous, people who study shamanism or shamanism, or, or using that term of shamans and, witch or things as such, and realizing like this has already been in your lineage. It's just a lot of stuff has been reworded, twist, turn, upside down, whatever. Now people are coming online and realizing that the thing that they witched to keep, which they wanted to keep you in the dark, are now coming online. Now people are being initiated. Because you got to think about before, and this is what people don't question because their mind cannot articulate these things. It's like what happened before certain things came about, whether it be religion, any type of culture. Why has, it makes you question, like, why is the focus so much on keeping a certain people or people in a place where they can't go beyond the fact of reconnecting with their ancestors? And so I start to realize is that in certain lineages, ancestrally, there's always been a seer. There's always been, some may call it like a priestess, or there's always been someone somewhere that has these natural abilities or spiritual gifts to have either foresight, to either can see, like being a seer, or having these natural gifts to help heal. And see, it's a polarity. You also have those who have used their gifts, abused their gifts. for the sake of greed, for the sake of a lot of things, to keep people binded, to keep people in a place which is no more. So, and with that being said, this goes back to what I'm about to dive into. Y'all ready? Get your popcorn, take your sip. Get your water, get your apple juice, take a sip, clear your throat. So, from my own experiences, I had a relative, tell me one day, like, such and such goes to the witch doctor. Such and such goes here. And, you hearing this when you were young. And those of you that know the biblical text and all this other stuff, how it said that people who do these things are evil, bad, yada, 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 and, not to do this. I'm not going to get into that, because to each his own. Because like I said, there's a polarity to everything. You got a coin, there's two sides to a coin, but it's on one coin. What does that tell you? Haha. But anywho, again, there was a relative one day told me, like, oh, such and such go here and do this and do that. And I'm like, okay. So, a lot of us were naive to these things and not assuming that, okay, whether it seems or deemed to be real, we never did anything like that. Or we know, we haven't seen it firsthand with the natural eye. So, that being said, as you gradually come into your awareness, or becoming, if you want to call it awakening or online, a lot of your abilities or your natural abilities, those of you that are either seers, those of you that are priestess, whatever you want to call yourself, or what has been, whatever you subscribe to, because that's not for me to call. You coming into these things, and even when you didn't know how it made sense, or what was the creator, God, whatever you want to call it, your higher power was revealing to you. So, not knowing that you are going to be the one to expose. Because even though you didn't see things with your natural eye, your spiritual eye, or what you were seeing when you rested, or, certain things that you naturally see when you're walking, we can go way deep into that. So again, this elder was like, such and such go here, they do root work, or they go to the root doctor, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, what? So again, I'm sitting here like, wow, okay. Boom. It didn't take to me to, like, sometimes get into a certain age, or something was revealed to me in my vision. Just like you. Certain things that people may call you crazy, or this and this, until things are being revealed. Until things you start to see things in the family dynamic fall apart, because these things that they wished or were going to do start to return, because universal law is what you put out comes back to you. Now, those of you that's on this lower nature, physical aspect, and you just operate there, this ain't for you. Turn it off. Whatever you need to do, peace. But you may come into your awakening, that you are open to return to this, and maybe you may get some clarity. Again, I'm not here to convince you of anything. My own experience, boom, pow, bing. So, anywho, coming into that awareness of this, a lot of which I realized is that I had a vision that was revealed to me. I had a lot of things that were revealed to me. I didn't know what they meant until I came into my own awareness, until things were revealed to me as far as clarity. So with that being said, I had a vision to see people going to these very practitioners, witch doctors, or whatever you want to call them. I didn't know what it meant at the time, but when I saw this, I didn't come into my awareness due to not what I deemed as clouded judgment, but what I also saw as manipulation from other people who were going to these people to create and cast those illusions or spells, or do what they call witchcraft, to keep people in this place. So boom. See, the thing about what's happening now, there's a grand awakening. And that's why I said people are at different levels, spiritually, cosmically, where some of us represent, some people are on this physical plane to do what they're here to do. And some people are highly ranked to where you have people who have been doing this sorcery or witchcraft for so long, and then never think that certain judgment will come upon them until they ran into you. Until they did the very thing. That's how it's all aligned. It's like even the people who are doing these things are just as much as a puzzle piece and just as and are valuable just as you are. That's what goes from initiation to activating your ass and awakening shit and bringing your ancestors or certain people online to bring forth, as you represent, as we represent, divine justice and judgment. So going back to what my cousin was saying, or, you know, relative, she was like, you know, such and such go here, da 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 da. I'm like, what? So I'm like, okay, cool. Then I start looking at the patterns and certain dynamics in the family structure, dysfunctionality. Why this person can never break free. You see, that's the thing about what a lot of you don't realize, that the binding spells or certain things that where some may call money blockages, or certain things why you're not prospering, because there has been certain people. And I'm gonna go from the family shit all the way up to the corporation. I'm gonna break this shit, I'm telling you. Because don't get this pyramid scheme, how that motherfucker flip. You see what I'm saying? See, they get, oh, people think they're up here. Look at that. You see that? How that switch? Because we know this to be the energy aspect of what's coming here. And what does that look like? The womb. See, that's the thing that's returning. The womb aspect of the woman. The feminine energy exposing all that which was here in the lower aspect to now elevating to be exposed. So you expose that those who were at this top of this pyramid scheme, or what they deem as they have the power, now being flipped. So let's go ahead and, you know, dive more deep into this. So me starting at the root aspect of what you're seeing play out presently in your family. Because you got to realize things start here and go here. But they also are here, can start here and be flipped here. So in order for you to see in what is being unveiled, it first must be unveiled and revealed what's been hidden in your lineage before you can elevate and see the bigger picture, how all of that globally, universally connects to you. So again, when my cousin told me about that stuff and I had a vision of seeing these people, and I didn't, you know, as I came into my awareness, it made sense. So I just made a phone call, and through my own justice, you know, because we all do things differently, I said, you know what? I know what you've been doing, yada, yada. That's all I'm going to say. See, a lot of us have these natural abilities and start to realize that a lot of us came to do shit different this lifetime. See, the Lord said, vengeance is mine. He didn't say revenge, because a lot of us are finding out how not only people have been harvesting certain energies or doing certain witchcraft or doing things to try to keep people. And it didn't make sense to me why certain people in the family dynamic would be prospering or certain things would be happening. While here it is, you're doing everything to succeed, or you're doing everything, which let me tell y'all now, they've done everything. And everything has been revealed and will be revealed. That's why some of you know you are the divine justice. And the ones who will see it, some of them are what they call in the tarot community, cross watchers, to even watch you, to even see what they've done, to see how it will affect you. Now, starting here in the family dynamic or in your lineage, these people can be in different places. These energies and certain things can operate through people, whether it starts in your community, the churches, whatever it is, because people work alongside each other. You just never know. The opportunity you're looking for that you thought it was going to come through this person already gave this person a heads up. That practitioner they went to, such and such, you know, to do this other thing. This goes back to what my cousin was telling me. She said, you know, such and such goes here, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, cool. It clicked. The video I watched last night, the night before, the sister was like, you know, articles of clothing, or if you have something, let it go because it carries energy. I was like, wow. So my clarity was this. I remember one time, you know, because I ain't gonna give nobody no free fucking clout. I don't care. But it is what it is. Someone was asking me for my clothing one time, You know, they was like, oh man, I like that jersey, yada, yada, yada. So they got it. I gave it to them, not knowing that they were going to this practitioner. Then, then they did this. They went to the practitioner. And this is the thing that they fucked around and found out. And this is what a lot of you, they're going to realize they fucked around and found out that you were the one. You were the divine justice. They found out that it was you. See, there's certain people that's doing stuff behind the scenes, whatever death magic, whatever stuff that they try to sing, you eat that shit up. You transmute that shit. It's like you eat that shit for breakfast. And you just shit it out. You just like, what? You transmute it into something greater. A lot of you don't even realize that these people that are in your family have been doing this for so long, acting as your savior, come in, want to be there, and all of a sudden, just to keep you in an emotional lower state, this guilt, this shame around, you know, making you feel like you did something, or keeping you, it's like harvesting, trying to keep you in a stagnant place to where you don't expand and grow and fulfill your purpose and your mission here. This is why they want you around so much. This is why, you know, pay attention. They don't want you to expand your horizon or to ascend or evolve beyond what you know, what you're here to do. And so those spells and all that shit is backfired. It's either you're transmuting it, alchemizing it, or they come to the self-realization that they can't fuck with you. Or they fucked around and find out. Because this is what's being revealed. Those who operate on a higher plane or awareness is that they piss a lot of ancestors off. Higher ups, whatever. They piss a lot of people off. Because y'all keep thinking that people are just supposed to do, and you know, y'all get it confused like people. Let me slide over to the sun. Y'all get it confused like people are just supposed to just operate. Oh, everything's just so good and play. Oh yeah, how you been? No, people been doing this shit for a while now, and they know it, and they know you caught on to it, and they know that they've either been exposed, whether you see it physically. I had to tell my partner, things happen on the spiritual aspect before it echoes here in the physical plane. Let me make that very clear. But the illusion and confusion that humanity has been on is that things happen here first and just keeping you here at a lower state. But as we evolve and elevate and your natural abilities come back online and your gifts come back online, you will see that this shit has already been in you. You just had to go through those spiritual attacks, which really were initiation to awaken you. But notice that in the spiritual realm, you will be attacked, but you will always be there and know that you couldn't be destroyed. So there's no difference here in the physical aspect of how no matter what they've done, it only strengthens you. You only become more powerful. Certain things become awakening within you to where you start to, the sun feels so good. You start to realize like they really have fucked around and found out, and they awaken things and they're like, oh my gosh, now they're afraid, they're scared. Because all the things they've tried to do, it's like a little pinch now, or not even that, it's so faint. So again, going back to the order of clothing that I gave this person, and then it was real to me that not only this person, but it was their wife too that were both going there. And these are people that you know, again, that you wonder why I keep going over here, why I keep showing up here. Why do I keep am I wanting to prosper? Why they keep asking about me? Why they keep so many things keeping tabs? And that goes back to the monitoring spirits, that aspect of like wanting to monitor you, wanting to keep tabs on you, to see your progression, to focus on where and how much you have progressed. Because see, the article of clothing, the thing about the energy aspect is that all of these things carry some type of information, because water holds energy. Just as clothing, just as anything and everything is energy, so it holds information. And whomever that person, whether medium, witch doctor, whatever it is, they have a gift to tap into or to see or to call on whatever it is they're trying to conjure up. And see, this is the thing, they conjured up some shit or they went to something and didn't realize like how powerful, and either they lied or they're not telling, or they had come out to tell the truth, and they've been doing it so long that it's just running them in the ground. And this is not only just on a lineage or family aspect. This is also higher in the corporation. I was telling my partner, I mean, when you look at, let's get deep into this. Let me finish up this. It's like me coming to that awareness of what they did, and they knew I knew. Because one time I remember that this person made a comment, was like telling me how powerful I was, or letting me know who I was in a sense. And, you know, always wanting to get me there to the house and make little comments like, man, like little, just crazy comments, like sexual, just crazy stuff. To where it then always wanting me to drink. Like always wanting me to get in a place of a lower nature. And it's almost like to feed off that energy. And so that being said, you know, I realize this person has always been doing this. Or this energy that's operating, whatever they've been consumed by or what's attached to them. They've been doing this or has ran through their lineage. This is nothing new. So there was people there that also were aware of this, or have become affected by this in a way to where like they didn't even realize that they were also under a spell or some type of illusion or being manipulated. So it's like I would see them, they couldn't prosper past that because they were so dependent on this one individual or these two individuals that had both went to this practitioner or went to this witch doctor. And I was like, well, why they don't prosper? Why they can't get out of there? And you have to realize that these people, not only did they try to do it with me, but they've done it already with their kids or whomever is in their household. So it goes to you, and this goes back to being a generational curse breaker, or someone who's there to break the chains and bind and dispel that confusion and manipulation of what has been passed on for so long. And it already has happened. They already got a wind of this, or some of us already got wind of this in our visions, to where seeing people in a poverty aspect, or seeing people in a place where everything is going to be stripped from them, not just on the physical aspect, but on the spiritual aspect. And then the reverse from that is that they're going to see you prosper. That's what karmic justice or divine justice will be. Is because those things are backfiring immediately. And this is not just from a fucking family aspect. This is shit globally. Because some of us are here as divine beings, or beings who are here to restore balance. And people not realizing that they know they fucked around and find out now. So me, that being revealed to me, is that this is your confirmation. A lot of you, this is being revealed to. And yes, it was revealed, and it's going to keep being revealed. So again, this is why a lot of people, and this ain't got nothing to do with color, because a lot of this people have agreed or contractually agreed into keeping people in a place, and to making sure you don't prosper. And most of the time, this is not only just in your hometowns or your community. They're watching, they're monitoring, and at that same moment now, the last shall be first. Because at one point in time, there was very people who they were first in everything, whether financially, it seemed like they were prospering, doing so much. Now, what do you think is going to happen? See, all those things is a part of you coming into your awareness of what you're here to do. But you're not here to do it the way they did it. You don't have to manipulate. You don't have to cause confusion. You don't have to do those things to keep yourself or keep anyone binded to you. You don't have to do love spells, incantations. You don't have to do all that stuff. Because that was a dark aspect of how people wanted to keep not only ourselves, but humanity, lineage, global, to keep people. Same thing with world leaders. They also go to practitioners. Same things with these people in government places or whatever it is. They know. But they also know who we are, and they also know who and why a lot of us have come into this awareness, you know, they already knew their time was up, or some of them didn't want to accept it. But some of us are here to let your ass know that, hey, no matter how much you want to fight it, you got to go. You know, it's already coming. It's already been dismantled. We have already in the process of building these bricks, these stones of the new world, the new earth. So again, that's why you're going to see a lot of exposure coming around these hospitals, the military, a lot of things. I'm talking about, the list goes so on forever, so long. And so that being said, this going now, speaking on the energy harvesting thing, all the way up from the birth certificates, all the way up to people giving their blood. Come on now. People giving their piss or pee, whatever you want to call it, to obtain a type of position. All of that holds your DNA. All of this stuff has some type of information. And so people don't realize, like, even going to the articles of clothing. Okay, I said to my partner, I said, think about this on this level. And this is what the fucking divine justice, and this is what a lot of, like, I've been telling y'all, the shit that's going to come to the certain lands, I don't have no control over. Like, it has to happen. And the bigger picture is that I don't have no control of that. I know what I'm here to do. And in alignment with that, I know not only am I protected, my lineage is. So, because people had a chance to, and already have, to be honest, be authentic, and be truthful about what it is that they know that they have done. It's like, you know, to liberate yourself, your heart, your mind, body, and spirit, because we all have had karma. And the only way you can experience dharma is to face those things within yourself. But you're talking about big-headed fucking people, egotistical, not wanting to give back, which was rightfully, originally, certain, you know, a people. And I'm not just talking about, I'm not getting into colors and stuff like that. I'm talking about on a global scale, universally, cosmically, ethereally, of people who are certain things that have been going on, going back to the energy harvesting. It talks about, like, how this shit has been going on for so long, and now certain of us are stepping in. We are the divine justice, because it was supposed to happen to you got to certain people. Yes. And as much as you may see a smile on the inside, a lot of, man, we fucking furious. But we choose, a lot of us are choosing peace, and I ain't gonna say everybody. That's all I'm gonna say. But from an aspect of how the burial sites, how I was telling my partner, I said, look how they have gotten fucking artifacts. And these artifacts hold energy. I'm trying to let y'all know. Is to keep people binded, or keep people in that loop of going somewhere. Same thing with the fucking animals. You are no fucking different. To go and put these people, these animals and stuff that are energetically connected to us, because ancestrally, the indigenous, or people that are the origins or organ of this world, or this plane, are to have a spiritual connection as well. What do you think the fucking animals in the zoos or wherever that are not supposed to be in their natural habitat are binded, harvesting their fucking energy? They're not happy. And here y'all are, y'all don't even realize, like, you going to these places, paying through their fiat, through their currency, actually paying shit to see something that has naturally already been out here. Look at your NFL teams. Let's call it the fuck out. For one, I mean, I was telling someone, like, Carolina Panthers. There are real Panthers in what y'all call Carolinas. The lion originated here. All these places you keep seeing these names, all that shit is here and have always been. Where do you think they get the animals? Why do you think they got certain artifacts and put it in certain museums in another place? Because that's a part of energy harvesting. That's a part, again, of getting these artifacts. My partner even told me, like, how when she grew up, you know, certain, what do you call it? Arrowheads, or, you know, certain things. You're talking about being energetically on places where there were wars, places where people live, all that shit energetically. You're talking about the blood that was shed, all that stuff, millions of people. So you're looking at these NFL teams, NBA teams. Come on, man. raping the fucking land of its resources like Mother Gaia, like you talking about the oil. All these things is harvesting something for the greed of who? And you think that you're not going to answer and get consequences for that shit? What? Who do y'all think y'all is? You think I'm finna give praise to some type of, I give honor to the cosmic elite, to those who want to bring forth and restore balance and justice, because that's what I stand in. Because the mothers, I'm talking about, let's go back to the hospital, to the mothers who have went through so much fucking pain and harvesting off that pain of those mothers. Yeah, it was designed for men not to be there. Because again, it creates an imbalance. So she don't feel safe. So in her not feeling safe, there's more pain she experienced having on her back. That's not even fucking natural. Because anything that flows, that's why the water comes down your canal and you flow. So naturally, you and that child naturally operate or working hand in hand. Not to mention even how the whole concept about, because the Trinity represents oneness. Mother, father, child. That's oneness in spirit. All of that is oneness, because in spirit, everything is one. But in this physical aspect, which the spell is being broken, this fucking illusion of y'all thinking that y'all separate, there's a oneness. So that's why all of those corporations were designed to create division and now being dismantled. Because I saw and I've seen firsthand what my partner went through, even the blood and all this stuff that they gather up. What do you do with it? What do you need that for? People, oh, they need to clean it up. Don't talk to me about that, because those that are tuned in know exactly what I'm speaking about. It's just they're seeing the agony in how many mothers have went through that. And y'all don't even question the fact that they had that shit naturally. Easy. Whether through water birth or when that child came, there's nothing that can stop that child from coming. Not even you, mothers. Y'all know that. When that child is coming, when that soul is coming, it's coming. Not to mention the judgment that are being brought upon these people. They know. Those of you that have been in these positions. Some of you that call yourself mothers. Some of you that knew y'all could have said something. And you seeing what those women went through. The baby swapping. A lot of stuff. This shit ain't nothing. Man, what? This is no different when people came here and that child was took. There's a lot of mothers that were afraid to talk about these things. They were afraid to speak about certain things, that the agony and certain things that they went through. The pain, the mistreat. To have a child and 1 to 2 days later, you're telling this woman to just go. Just go. Just go out there and go out into the world. And what, start over? And just disregard and numb the pain that she's feeling? After you don't fucking force her to naturally, to unnaturally go against the flow and the nature of what she's supposed to do, which naturally that baby comes out of her without any scarring of her womb or tearing. That's why they want you to have it on your back, because they know it's going to create some type of dysfunction and pain. And then you going through that pain and all that, that is passed through your child. And then you are having this child and you in this place of trying to operate in a way to where now this child is crying, you know, the father not being, it's so many things. Women really not having a support system, a genuine support system after they have gave a whole being, gave life, brought life, and they can't even really grasp the concept of this is creation. Not to mention a lot of mothers who have been in that where, again, it was designed for the father not to be there. And this is why balance is being restored, because it's been fucked up. And a lot of them had their part of this. All the people. They don't want people to, the sun, look, the sun is here. Mothers never, still trying to regulate the fact. They can't even, they're supposed to celebrate their seed. And celebrate. Not to mention the trauma they had to go through. And the trauma they still dealing with now. And them believing that their child was a burden. And not really knowing how to really see it from a spiritual aspect of co-creation. That a seed, you met this man, and there's something that blossomed like a flower into something beautiful. And then seeing that life come. And then seeing how certain men were not there to even see the fact that where the fuck y'all came from, to see the bigger picture, like you come from something grander on a grander scale. Something on a grander scale of creation. All the way down to an atom, energetically, all what? Let's talk about it. Because see, that's what's being restored here. Big Mama, Divine Father, that she like it's here. There's no more playing around. Because this has happened so long that it's done. So again, the judgment and justice is being brought to these people, and they know who they got paid so much. They get paid thousands, who however much, just to simply to make sure you get a C-section, to make sure that you don't have that child naturally, to really see the empowerment on how you can do everything on your fucking own. That you were already given the tools to do that naturally, and some women didn't even have that opportunity. And you think justice is not coming to you? Y'all should be clapping that someone can speak about this and that someone can actually, and I'm not saying you should, that's to even break that illusion and spell that you are capable, you are made in the image of God, the creator of source, that you were already given the tools to naturally bring forth life. And they automatically want to create the division between you and the man, because for you not to see the oneness in how you had to come together to co-create another person, another you, from a feminine and masculine perspective. You and then carry, not only does that child carry your emotional aspect of what you went through traumatically, spiritual gifts, natural abilities, they also inherit, mostly again from the matriarchal. We know this. And this is how stuff is been flipped. The praising and the illusion of the dysfunctionality of what the patriarchal had, how much it has influenced you mothers, and seeing how these fathers not realizing their awareness of what they're here to do. Like, there's no longer the mistreat of like people coming into their healing and bringing awareness to what it is here to do. No, there's no more beating people over the head and kicking people while they're down. It's empowerment time now. If he cannot empower you through these moments and encourage you to heal, fuck him. Peace. Because a lot of our mothers need to realize that you already have natural abilities, spiritual gifts. And so that's why a lot of this is being exposed, because again, the Divine Mother is here. And she's operating through a lot of us. And she's just as much as to me, like the accountability, it's also about the gifts, the healing that's coming of those wounds that you just assume that no one saw. I see you. See, those people that were in those corporations, they know exactly what they were doing. And sometimes even the mothers that, some women that unconsciously, because they know they needed to feed their family, they got into nursing, they got into a lot of stuff. And it's not to say that certain people didn't operate from a genuine and loving place, but that shit is done. It's dismantling. That's a part of the corruption. And they became corrupted through it. Then now here it is, they come to this awareness like, wow, oh my gosh, I've been a part of something. Here I am trying to feed or trying to serve and do this, and boom. Some people come to their awakening that way. Through we all came through our awakening or come to their awareness in that way. Through some type of corruption, because we became corrupted through this shit. How do you clean out a virus? How do you clean something up? These folks ain't coming to clean it up. They're too prideful. Some big mama gonna clean it up. How do you purify water? So again, these are corporations in a lot of places. Again, I don't care I'm calling them all. I'm talking about from whether you're talking about fashion, shoes, medical, all of that shit. If I can get you to not realize your internal beauty, but to dress it up externally to hide your own internal wounds, Boom. That's emotional manipulation. If I can convince you that your external beauty matters more important than your well-being, boom. I just lured you into a whole spell, keeping you confused that you never see your inner power. If I can convince you, if these corporations can convince you that your daughters, your princesses don't matter, and all they're good for is just shaking their butt and not really seeing how their womb, how they can co-create life, how they can bring life into this world, and then they are worthy of love, of loving themselves, and that they came here to be loved. And when I mean be loved, I mean from a genuine place, not from just because we're healing, we're a bridge, not just from a place of where what has been going on. You're teaching them to be loved, or you're teaching them or have taught them through, whether you know it unconsciously or consciously, to accept the fucking dysfunctional love and not realize the importance that they are more valuable than how you see them from your wounded state. Fathers and mothers. So let's call it out. These corporations, they know. A lot of them know exactly what they're doing. They preyed on your childhood wounds. They know that, okay, well, gain all these material things to look away. Oh, put these certain celebrities or certain people in this position so that they know, like, oh, they like this person, so let's put this person here. Let's put them here. Let's plant them here. Man, that shit is exposed. It's done. Bravo. Y'all put these shit in these museums and then have our people thinking like, oh my gosh, wow, this has been here. Oh my gosh, can you see this? Man, that shit was already in the earth from other civilizations. This shit was already there. So yeah, you know what you're awakening. You know who I am. Even if you don't know, you'll come. That's why I'm here. Yeah, in the flesh. They know. Yeah. No fear. Death is only a continuance of life. Y'all don't, it's we here now. And that's what it is. So there's no reason to fear. There is, the great Bobby Hemmett said, there's great things on a grander scale that is coming to our people, to those of you that know. And this ain't just about creed and culture, but especially those, yes, from the darkest shades that have been in these rural areas to that, these certain hood areas where certain energetic fields or certain reservations or whatever you want to call it, reservoirs or certain things. Come on now. Who do you think you are? Those same fucking people. They just built shit on top of it. Civilization is just built right on top of it. What is that? That's why you got to pay attention to ants. Nature shows you everything. What do ants do? Ants operate together. Soon as somebody try to intrude, boom, bruh, busting out. Hold up, cuz. Here come out. Come here, bing, bing, bing. Everybody attacking at one. And see, that's the thing about the beauty of what's happening right now, because that's happening cosmically. It's like, you come at one, you come at all of us. Because that was a point in life where people did that. You come at one, you come at all of us. So it's not on just a physical level, it's a spiritual level. You come at me, you come at all of us. You come at me, you come at the Legion. You don't know what's protecting me. That's why I be sitting back laughing at people. You don't know what somebody, you fucking with people don't even know. You initiated that spiritual ranking so they can come into who they are. My ancestors knew. Higher up, they already knew. Oh God, we were waiting. They sit. This how you. They right now. I gotta keep getting this on. They would sit there like, God. See, some of you fuck with certain people, or those that you know who watching me and certain things that happen. See, you didn't know that some people knew exactly. They were waiting on you to fuck with somebody. And some of our ancestors, spirit guy was sitting back like, we're going to let this dummy, just stupid. We're going to let them fall right into, but look at them. Got him. Ha! And that's how some of you are. Sit back. Here you is thinking life happening to you and not realize on a higher scale, life is really happening for you. A lot of us. When I say we're coming out, we've already coming out of survival. We're no longer in survival. We're thriving now. We're thriving on a scale to where it's like, y'all assume that certain people on the surface level were just, I just didn't realize internally what they really came here to offer. Some things you never seen with a natural eye. So when I say big ups to you that are here, this is a fucking monumental celebratory moment. You are untouchable, immovable, peace, love. You are something. You're talking about so many people wanted to do the very thing before your birth, before your arrival here. There were things that were assigned to you on your path, on your journey to dismantle, to destroy, to remove you. But they knew. Forgive them, Father, forgive them, Father and Mother, for what they not know. You know. And so in that, they knew what you were finna come here and do. And now, guess what? They got to sit on the stands and the bleachers and watch. Why they could have chose differently, whether past life or this life. They could have chose differently. And look at you. Look at you. Look at you now. You ain't got to boast. You ain't got to brag. Even though some people, you ain't got to do that. You just simply transmute, use all that, and just keep moving forward. I don't move about 20 times. Now you just sit back like, man, y'all don't went over here, did this with this people, these orders, whatever it is, and then look. Bitch, I feel like Harry Potter in the physical, boy. They kept fucking with him, my boy, until they realized, like, they knew all along who Potter was. They knew all along. They were fucking with him. I only saw certain movies, but they knew all along. They knew all along who you were, and they fucked around and found out. They don't found out through visions. They don't found out through something. Whether practitioners, family members, something has been revealed to them. Corporations, orders, everything. They already knew. And guess what? Now it don't got to this point like, God, we done everything. We've done everything. What are we going to do now? Probably the best thing we can do now is we can't beat them. Let's join them. Let's make an alliance. Let's go over there and make peace with them. Let's offer them something. Let's go give them gifts. Ay. Gosh. Let's write them an apology letter. Let's give them back their land. Let's do something. Oh my gosh, what can we do now? They're panicking. And I already told y'all. I don't let y'all know now. It's too far gone. It's too far gone for some of you. It's too far gone. So it's like what's coming to these lands, and I tell you, these corporations, they've been all in it all along. A lot of them know. And I'm talking about from universities, sororities. Don't get it confused. I'm talking about everywhere. I'm talking about you got to know that y'all went to these schools, whatever it is, y'all got to know that they knew that there was something. When I say divine justice, that means you came here to help dismantle and destroy the old narrative. Why they gonna help you? Why you think these folk gonna encourage you or try to help you? When they knew you came here to be a generational curse breaker in every aspect. Not just in your family, but on a global scale. They knew you were going to reach billions. They knew that you were going to speak to the nations. They knew that you were going to reach the nations. They knew that you were here. And then in that, they did everything. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. If you know that you know. That's a channel song I got in the community center. That's why I'm telling you, mothers and fathers, I don't care where you at on your path. You have an opportunity to change this shit. You have an opportunity to be the change. You was trying to be the change for everybody else. Change. You was trying to change. I don't know why this coming to be change. You was trying to change everybody else. Giving your change. You were giving your change to everybody else instead of keeping your change to yourself. Nah, but for real, y'all, they knew certain people in partnership. They knew that certain people were coming here to change this shit. They knew that certain people were going to meet up. They knew certain things were going to connect and activate certain people. Yes. Not only the people that came against you were your initiation, but the people and a part of your activation, but the people you met, they also partnership. Give gratitude to the people in the past. Everything. Give gratitude to those who even try to attack you, because this ain't even about just the right or wrong aspect. This is about like, man, I appreciate you, my boy. Bravo. Because the curtain is fucking closing. And they don't put on the show. Now, guess what? What do you do when the curtain closes? The show is over. Now you got the new ones coming up. It's a new show right now. This is a whole new something that nobody has ever seen or witnessed. See, the old show, you got to think about a rerun on the series. See, the old show, all the shit they were doing, you know how it get played out? Like, man, I'm tired of this. You tired. I'm giving you this analogy. You tired? You're like, man, I'm tired of this, man. Your soul, your spirit tired. I'm tired of seeing the same. I'm tired of going through the same. Man, this show is whack, bro. That's what I be saying, bro. This whack. How you change that? You learn. See, at a point in time in that show, you were one of those characters. You was one of those characters that was like, almost like, you know, you didn't realize, you came into the awareness that you were one of those characters. And see, in that being one of those characters, so you didn't realize you were the main character. Now that you came into that awareness, this is your show now, bro. You the director. You the main character. Now you get to choose. You get to choose. You get to choose in a way like who play a role. And this time around, this show on a grander scale is going to be something people never saw before. See, in that old show, now the curtain closed, you know, now the people that was watching before, like, oh my gosh, this is the high road. Like, oh my gosh, wow. Now they're getting ready for like, you know, the next show, how the curtain closed and the next one coming up. And no one has no idea. So that's how, like, we all are being prepared right now. But this time, you the main character. You the director. You like, all eyes on you. Like, you know, like Tupac said, it's like all eyes on you right now. You're like, God, what you gonna do next? What they gonna do next? Man, what they gonna do? Whew. See, before, everyone could see and monitor what you were doing as a character. Now that you're the main character, in the sense of you coming to that awareness, you're like, oh man, I can do it differently now. Now I can go in here and really put on the show. See, before, it was different. It was in the sense of like, you were giving a script. Y'all ain't ready for this shit. You was given a script. How to live life, what you should do, how you should do it, all that. This time, you rewriting the fucking script. You the director. However you want to say it. You directing the orchestra. You directing this show right now. And from the eyes of the divine, from the creator. Oh yeah, they had everybody fooled before. Like, oh my God, you know what? Let me see. It seemed like the script was written for you. And see, that's how the creator or source, those fools who just think they could have wrote it for you, trying to manipulate you, do all this and tell you what you should be. They fooled themselves. The ditch that they tried to dig for you, you know, I gotta finish with this. There was a scene in their dialogue. This shit right here finna hit. See, there was a scene in their script. You know how you watch some horror movies? See, it seems like your life has been a horror movie. All the nightmares and all that stuff. But now, Your life is more blissful and harmonious because you the director. You get to choose the cast. See, they can't cast. See, cast, when you cast something, a spell. See, the script, who was writing the script? Have you ever asked that? See, they thought that they were in control the whole time. I don't care who you call power. People thought, I don't wear, let me tell you something. See, the thing about this script right here is that you are the one. Not only are you rewriting it, but you're a part of now you're going to be a part of you get to select the cast, or you get to see who plays what role. It's not, see, in that script, see, something wanted me to forget this shit, but I got it, came back to me, I say. See, in their script, and you can refer this to anybody in your life, and I don't care who you deem as, see, in the powers that were, see, in their script, there was a role in their life. Make sure such and such dies, or don't get this, or this ain't fulfilled, or, mainly the whole focus was making sure your ass don't survive or don't thrive, or, basically take you out. But the divine had, if you want to call God, the creator, whatever it is, had the bigger picture. The bigger picture. See, they was trying to rewrite it, but they don't realize there was something bigger that had to say so. You know how, see, some directors, they throw the old script out like, that's not going to work. See, that's what happened to their script. They was trying to make it seem like, oh, make sure you don't make it to the next scene, or make sure that, because see, they knew that they wanted to be in a position where they were the main character. But this time around, see, this show involves you being the main character. And see, in that, you get to, it's like a Cinderella story. You get to go off happily ever after, whether that be through a union, a marriage, a living a fulfilled, successful, harmonious, and prosperous life, a balanced life. See, that old, the curtain, see, they didn't think you were going to make it past that other show. See, that was their show. Now it's yours. See, this is different now. Remember that. See, we're in a whole new age now. See, this when we come to rewrite it. And see, they don't know the script. See, they've been trying to astro trap. They've been trying to tap into your Akashic records. They've been trying to do certain things to see, like, well, what's going to be next? How can we prepare? How can we be 10 steps ahead? Yada, yada, yada. Nah. Not this time, Divine said. Nah, Get out the way. And that's why I tell y'all how a lot of us are in position, or getting placed into position. See, your life was preparing you. Preparation for purpose. Everything that they did was preparing you for your purpose. See, they want to predict or think that they give you this false illusion that they knew your purpose. See, these corporations and all this stuff, you're here to recreate and reinvent that. That's what you hold in your DNA. You're here to change that narrative. You're here to show the world that, hey, you thought these people knew and were more advanced and thought that they knew. You are advanced. It's already been within you. You are the gift. Give your fucking self, man, go celebrate. These are celebratory moments. These are monumental moments. And you used to hold your head low. We vibrating higher and higher and higher. I'm telling you. And that's the beauty of all this. I be saying, I be like, man, y'all thought y'all had me, boy. Boy, y'all had me, boy. Psych. That's how God, that was God, the creator source, said. Psych. Even we used to say that when we was young. Here you go. You thought you had me. Psych. That's gonna be the title. They thought they had you. Psych. That's what Source, the creator, see. Sauce has humor. You thought you had me, bro. Y'all really thought y'all had our other people who are coming online now. Psych. It's too many of us coming online now. And there's more to come. Psych. Start laughing. When you be laughing, that's how you break the motherfucking curses, bro. You start laughing, you start vibrating high. Just a little gem for you. But bro, what? Psych. Y'all can't stop natural order, divine order. Man, peace and blessings. Psych. I'll let y'all go. Peace. Shalom.